why everybody wants power. Yeah, power from watts, from for example, to charge his electric vehicle. Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, for the same reason that in antiquity people they needed the farm animals. That means power. Uh, and all the way to the steam engine. Uh, Everybody wanted power, power. And I'll tell you something as a pat on the back of mechanical engineers. It was because of the power from the steam engine. That's 200 years ago. That is what led to the end of slavery. I mean, people had this idea of ending slavery since Alexander the Great. But they, they didn't do it, okay? They didn't do it. But then when power became cheap, 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 cheap,
Yep.
they uh, they wised up and did the right thing. Uh, it took it took it took effort in all these countries, not just the U.S., but it was because of the arrival of power from fire. In the 1800s, Britain became heads and shoulders the wealthiest country on the planet because of steam power. And then the proverbial, the rest is history. In the 20th century, the U.S. without this country, uh, Europe would have self-destructed twice. The two world wars were suicidal from no matter what direction you looked at it. Uh, those people there, they have grievances that date back to even before the Middle Ages that they want to resolve through murder.
Hmm.
Um, and without the U.S., those would have been catastrophic. You see them in play now in Ukraine. Um, it's hard to believe that these things are still happening, but they. So I'm rooting for wisdom out of the minds of these newborns who will grow up to surprise us with their individuality. I come back to the Cassius Clay, later Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
who was an individual. He
Yeah.
was he was not copying anybody. That's a big deal.
Yeah. That's not nothing.
He was a one of a kind.
And you feel like most people live as carbon copies. They don't become individuals.
Well, even carbon copy is not that bad, but the ones who never lift their heads out of the swamp, those are the ones who will never be recognized for any idea. So I teach this. I teach my students, meaning in my lectures, the importance of being a free person, an individual, self-standing, erect, impossible to corrupt, okay? Or
Mm.
to impossible to indoctrinate because you have your own school or education of your own, meaning it is your own. You accumulated that along the way by walking through the to the best halls available in the world, which again happen to be primarily in America. We're taking America for granted because she is so amazing, but there's so this is why people are coming here, man.
Yeah.
They- They're coming here not because they're stupid. They're coming here because they know which end is up. That's to the credit of those who were here before us, who really built everything here. Everything. I'm not talking about infrastructure. I'm talking about everything. Uh, the laws, the behavior, the obviously the institutions. Everything that I just mentioned has unsurpassed staying power because it is, okay, broadly speaking, very good.
Broadly speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, broadly
I mean,
speaking.
and that's maybe you can bring that back to the nation as a living system that survives by providing access, providing freedom, right? I
Yeah,
mean, that's sort of
correct.
the way that this law becomes, so pervasive is the idea that not only can you, relate it to a lung or a river basin, you can also relate it to an individual and a nation state, right? And
Correct.
so,
Everything is about having the ability to change. Okay.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, the ability to change. Rigidity means death. Um, Creativity on the go is life.